garden. We're up in Robin Hood country in Nottingham, and we've built this glass house, greenhouse out of a gazebo. We've got a compost heap here out of an old bed. We built this dog fence to keep these two out, if you can just see them in the shop, out of this buddleia. We built that fence along there, show you in a minute, and we salvaged plants out of various pots and bits and pieces. First we'll go have a look inside the greenhouse. Right, now here we have all the seed trays, or the plug trays that we've made out of egg boxes. That first one there is a lettuce, second one's a red lettuce. You see some nasturtiums, haven't germinated yet. And then we have some sprouting salads, and some more sprouting salads. And then we've got some cuttings that we took here. And then some radish, some rocket, which is just beginning to poke their nose through. And underneath this plastic here, we have some more sprouting salads. And look, there we are, you can see it just coming through. Now on the slower shelf we've got some cuttings, in the yellow bucket some sunflower seeds, and here we have some tomato feed, which the rain and the slugs have eaten the label off, but that's all you really need for just about every plant. Basic tomato feed, high potash, perfect. Now if we pan down to the bottom, we've got enough space down here, put a couple of tomato plants in the pots there that we haven't used. And then what we can also do is all of these shelves actually lift out, so they can all be taken out. And as for all of the pots there, we will be doing a couple of features on how to make free pots out of old plastic cans and bottles and veg trays and anything else you can find. Let's just close this. Here we have some runner beans, not yet sprouted. Then in this next bed we've got some sweet pea and some small flowers that we managed to salvage from some pots. And then next to that we've got the herbs that we made cuttings from. Roll all the way around. There's another couple of pots. Can't remember what that flower's called. And if we keep running round, we can see the Aquilegia here. These other two pots with soil in, they've got nothing in, but we're going to sow some spring onions and prick out some lettuce into them afterwards. And there's a peony. And that's Woody collapsed in the background there, which is what all this fencing is for, is to keep him and Millie out. And then over this side we've got the buddleia that we actually made all the fence from, and down there where the carpet is laid, that's going to be for squash, which we should be sowing just before we go. And then we have a fence we've made out of the old bed. The rest of the bed is a compost heap. And this you step through. Now this is old carpet, and where you see the 4 bits lying on the surface, that's for squash. And just down in the bottom here we have a rhubarb. The tree is apple, and the mimosa there was being strangled. It's been tied up with rope, so we've cut the rope off and we've taken all the dead wood out. Give it a chance. So if we pan around, there it all is, including my coffee. Let's just close this. Here's the compost bin. Okay. Got on the old bed. This green man. Monkey here. Oh, also like this is the Womble garden over here. And many look at me as confused as anyone does at the minute. And Woody's flaked out. And now it's raining. Typical. Well, here's our compost heap, which is actually built out of an old bed. There's a bit of carpet. Now this lid, we haven't quite finished yet. We need to cover it with a bit of plastic so as to keep the rain off. We'll be getting that done before we go, and hopefully we'll include that with the rest of the instructions that we'll put on the website, w43w.com. We just lift the lid off. And we can see that what we've got underneath the carpet, we put some of the old leaf litter and branch cuttings for drainage, some old peat, and there's some tea bags and some potato peelings and a bit of my hair. And if we walk around a bit, there's some small bedding plants that we salvaged. And as we pan around, we can see the Womble garden. And as we say, all this has been built from recycled material. That fence is part of an old bed. A rickety fence here. There's the buddleia in the background there, which we cut down. The greenhouse is part of the old gazebo, and the shelves are made from the bed. And the compost bin is also made from the bed. So that's this week's Womble gardening. And here we have the two terraces that all this fencing has been built to keep out. Woody in the foreground there, and Millie in the background, who's constantly having phantom pregnancies. And also constantly trying to see if she can break in. Yeah, nice one, Millie.